for, because as we've talked about the last couple of weeks, when the college cars have been looking for more speed, we've got a wreck on the back.
Big hit, the 36 into the wall, Alex LeBay. And the Canadian comes to a rest there with Raja Karuth involved in this one as well in the 44.
Yeah, it was pretty far down the front stretch. We don't see a lot of cars hit the inside wall here because corner exit is way back.
Sorry, I was just trying to clear him behind him.
Oh, sounds like, sorry, trying to clear him behind him, Jeff, on the replay. I think we're going to see somebody try to get in line and maybe some contact. Thankful they got past the pit opening.
Yeah.
And actually hit the inside wall. What a big hit, though.
Let's take another look.
Yeah, looks like Roger's just in the left rear quarter panel. We heard the radio. That's a huge hit right there. We heard the radio trying to clear myself behind him. That's a great view right here.
So I think you're going to see Alex LeBay on the outside. Just a mistake. Mistake by the young driver. Tries to get up in lane, times it incorrectly. Shuts the engine off. You hear it sounds like on impact, the throttle probably hung wide open. It hit so hard, man, it shifted the motor.
That's a huge hit. Rick, I appreciate how you believe there was some, he was checking on him, but I think he went back there to tell him something.
I think it was frustration.
Not happy with what happened there.
But you saw Raja kind of pointed at himself with the sun like, yes, yeah, you're mad, I get it. It was on me, my mistake. Doesn't make it any better for the 36, but that is a huge wreck.
Yeah.
You know, why does that mistake get made? To ride along. So right here, he's thinking he's going to get behind him, and he gets right in the left rear quarter panel. Why is it so important to get behind? Is because there's a draft down this front straightaway. If you're down there on the bottom, they're going to line up on the outside of you. Just a mistake by the young driver.
So where staying out's going to really hurt the 21. He needs to get about 9 more laps to be inside his fuel window. And now he's lost that clean air. Oh, big wreck. Huge contact.
48 is involved. That's Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Now up and over goes the 27. So Jeb Burton sliding on top.
I just want to hit you. Hey, just hold tight right here. Let's take a minute here. You all good there? Yeah, man. Did all I could there.
It's Jeb Burton's radio. Upside down. Tell me about what it feels like to be a driver upside down in a race car.
I've never experienced, but this AMR team, they immediately get to the driver, start having communications, assessing what it is they need to do. We heard Jeb talk. Great to see him coming out of there. Listen to the fans.
Yeah, pretty amazing. Let's take another look at what happened.
Yeah, it all started with a car getting turned sideways. So you see right here the 26 off turn 4. Okay, gets very, very loose. Just really spins out. Loses control, probably had very little side force, too wide, sideways. Now it's white smoke. No one can see. The 48 of Stenhouse. The 27 sees it. He goes as far left as he can. He has a choice. Am I either going to hit the end of pit wall or stay on the racetrack? And he just launches off the 48 upside down. And then this long slide had to feel like forever. I'm not going to know what's better, sliding or tumbling. I'm going to say sliding if he's fine, but watch how close Jeb was to the end of this pit wall. He has a split decision, pit road or not. The yellow barrels are not a good option.
Yeah, he made the right decision not to try to turn left there at the last moment. Just a no-win situation for Jeb.
And the spotter coming on, asking him if he's okay, and also telling him no one's going to hit you. That would be the other thing that a driver would fear, is he's in such a vulnerable position.
So now the spin, and look at all the smoke. So you want to say, all right, here's where I want to go, but you're just trying to miss him. And then it happens that quick. I mean, that decision has to be made in milliseconds.
That's why I love slow motion replays. Shows us the violence. Like this will show just how much that car launches in the air. Now look at this hit right here. He lands basically on the driver's side door, tumbles onto the A-post. That shows how violent it is, but there's nothing like a full speed replay to show you Jeb's decision making. It is right now, left or right.
And remember, you know, following the 2 crashes back in 2015 where cars spun onto and hit the inside wall of pit road, Pocono extended that pit wall by 100 feet back towards turn 3.
And think how important that was, because if that's the case, if there's 100 feet less wall, you know, if there's 100 feet less wall, then there's a higher chance that they're hitting the end of that pit wall. So we talk a lot about these facilities. So many of those upgrades do not get mentioned. That could have completely changed the outcome of this accident. So bravo to the Pocono, continuing improvement. The inside wall all the way around was a big improvement. Spent a lot of money there in extending that pit lane. A mile from here to the tunnel. Oh, as the 18 goes around.
Sammy Smith in the 18.
Just can't hold his position, gets up the racetrack, gets into the side of Castle, and then he's along for the ride. Big rear impact there, Steve.
It is. And you see just the difference between this and, say, that 45 next-gen car, how much different they look. This 18, I've always heard, you know, those fold up, I won't say softly because it's a big impact, but you see how much damage the vehicle actually takes. Everything bends out.